really enjoy your episodes with David. And
Oh
I'm
my
very
God,
transparent with David. I subscribe to his Patreon. And
member.
I say I only listen to certain episodes because I only care about certain guests. A lot of these random people, not that they're random for your listeners, but I don't know, you had like Toni Braxton on or some Braxton.
Samantha Fox,
like I'm not
the
listening
singer.
to that because I don't know who she is, nor do I care. But I listen to you and him because I like the recaps. And
We've never had a
was
Braxton
a big fan of Kim D. I still
Kim
miss her
D
dearly.
she's the worst person in the world.
See that?
Sorry,
problematic
let's not
because
let's call her. I agree.
Have you ever
reconcile
her away like a stale crust of bread?
Let's see what Sarah was going to ask. But have you ever just people want to know why I'm in a good mood? When there's no toxicity in your life, people, life is great. What were you going to ask, Sarah? You were going to ask something.
Sam,
before we wrap up.
Do you think that Kyle and Morgan are together? Like, are
Honestly,
they?
No, I just.
I
don't. Because why wouldn't she just admit it then? Like, I don't know. If you're going to explore your sexuality and you're going to start dating a woman and you're going to be public about it, why like let everyone speculate? Why not just say? I don't
know. If you're just friends, why not be? I mean, she's said it, but I don't know. I don't know. You know what I know personally? Because I know you're shocked. I personally am so bored of Kyle and Morgan and Mauricio and talking about this. Just not. Really? I'm not criticizing
because I love Kyle. She's one of my top 3 housewives. So, and I think she's delivered more for the franchise than most housewives. Really, if you really think about.
No, I love it too, Sam. I do. I'm a Kyle fan, and I do find this divorce to be shocking. I really do.
Yeah. I'm not the least bit shocked. I've said it out here. I'm not shocked.
The only one that would shock me more, maybe, I'm trying to think. Let's
Lisa Vanderpump and Ken Todd. Period. That is mine.
She's not a housewife anymore. So let's go around and say who we think would be the most shocking split.
That's my answer.
No, current housewife.
Current. I mean,
Kyle and Mo.
Kyle and Mo would have been at the very top of the list.
Shocked. I'm to be honest with you, I'd be more shocked if Dorit and PK divorced and are having real problems than Kyle. Really? I've heard
I know for
rumors
years
about for me, I'm still gonna go with Kyle with LVP and past housewives count. That counts. That would
I would
shock
be shocked
me.
if Lisa and Harry split up.
You would or you wouldn't?
I would.
Yes.
I'd be shocked too. I'd be shocked to weather the storms that they have in Hollywood for all those years. If Rinna and Harry went their own ways, that would be so surprising. That would be so shocking.
And again, Meryl Streep is divorcing after 45 years of marriage. I used to live in the same building and I knew Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee. They were like, Hugh Jackman shocks me. Like Kyle and Mo doesn't shock me. Hugh Jackman shocks me. And what after 45 years cannot be worked out?
Well, I'm sure they've been living separate lives
for 6 years.
And they just decided eventually, like, let's make it official. I don't know.
No wonder why she put that Tribeca apartment on the market.
I mean, we have a million topics. Do we have do you want to do one more or you want to move on?
One more for 3 minutes?
Okay. What's your, you and I, David, you and I have always had a soft spot for Katie Rost. Our Real Housewives of Potomac first season. Was she on the second season or did they let her go after the first?
She came back. She made appearances thereafter. She has now entered rehab for alcohol.
I just feel like she's, I don't know. Something about her breaks my heart. Like, she has kids. I think the kids have been taken away on and off from the ex-husband, and maybe there's good reason for it. Then she started working at a co-op in Bethesda, Maryland for $14 an hour. She shared that. Nothing wrong with the honest days, living. But she apparently was sober for several months. She relapsed. It got pretty bad. She went off of her bipolar medication that she's been on since she was very young. I just have a soft spot for her. Like, she was great television, and it's so sad where she's at, I feel like.
I agree. Like, look, and this is no shade because people have real mental illness. She's not well. Like this is where it's like, they say, so is someone from Bravo called her and they say they check in. Brandi Glanville said that even when you're gone, but like, she needs just like real help. And I don't know, like, it has nothing to do with being on the show, but it's just like, so many of these people are just having a tough time of it.
Yeah, I was unaware of this recent development. She always seemed a little,
Yeah.
I don't know what the, like, almost like disheveled, like she was always a little off. Her behavior seemed a little unusual at times. It's tragic to hear that she's like struggling so badly right now, but if she's making the effort to get better and in rehab, that's, you know, a positive step forward. But I think it actually kind of speaks to Bethenny's whole argument, which is that this network does exploit these women, and maybe they don't put enough consideration into the ramifications that the show and the negativity has on people's lives after the fact. If someone is fragile or vulnerable mentally, what being on a show and having this fame for a fleeting second and then not having it, and the kind of financial ups and downs, how that could impact someone.
That's
and kind of send them
100%.
into a spiral. And what can the network do to protect and prevent that from happening? Whether it is compensation for, you know, in perpetuity for reruns, or whether it is a union to protect people. And I don't know, what kind of health insurance does Katie Rost have? Who's paying for her rehab?
They have none. They don't get any health insurance. Yeah.
I think, I mean, granted, I agree. I think if you have, look, when the light bulbs are gone, I mean, this is why I've said this before, you know, when everyone's telling me how great I am, when someone says to me, you're great at your job. I just interviewed a major Jersey housewife who's coming up, who said at the end, you're really great at this. That to me is, I am, right. So that I like that, because it's truly, but when someone's like, I love you, like, to me, it's like our good friend Carlos King said this, you can't internalize the love and praise, because it means you give power to the haters. It's like, so I do believe, to your point, when someone like a Katie is on TV, it's like the flashbulbs and BravoCon and, oh, we love you. Like you said, Sarah, they just were treated like, and then when it's gone, I do think the power of fame. It's like, you really got to have it together.
And also, what kind of like evaluations are they doing in casting prior to selecting people? You know what I mean? Like, are they undergoing any sort of mental health?
Have you watched The Real Housewives of Salt Lake?
Just to kind of
claim that they do. They claim that they do, that very wasn't it Shed Media that says everyone undergoes a psychological evaluation?
Can I just say, as we wrap up, Shed Media is Real Housewives of New York, and we have a Leah lawsuit. They're Real Housewives of New York. Ebony was in the article. We know it's where Ramona is in life. They're Real Housewives of Salt Lake, Jen Shaw. They're Real Housewives of Girls Trip, Brandi Glanville. Shed Media is really, out of all of the media production companies, they're the ones involved in a lot of this. I can't even say this now. I think Shed Media is going to be gone from the Bravo world. That's my prediction.
Really?
I 100%. This is a whole conversation.
On the way over here, I listened to the Two T's podcast.
Good luck.
As I was eating some, you know, Haagen-Dazs cultured creme. And Alex Baskin was a guest, and I guess he is now forming his own production company, 32 Flavors, because he is a relative of the founder of Baskin Robbins.